Well, you can't ask for much more than that, guys. What a win there by the Winnipeg Jets, defeating the Pittsburgh Penguins 4-1 in arguably their best game of the season, and it's on the second half of a back-to-back? That was pretty impressive today. Let's get on into this one. Connor Hellebuyck played against the Buffalo Sabres, so on the second half of the back-to-back, it's going to be Dave Riddick, and he's facing off against Dustin Tokarski, so not exactly the best two goaltenders in the league going head-to-head. So coming into this, I thought that it was definitely going to be a higher scoring game, and it really could have been. I feel like the Jets could have really, put up a ton on Dustin Tokarski early on here, and they actually opened the scoring. It's going to be Blake Wheeler on the power play, just digging in front, bats at home, his first since returning. That's his 10th on the year, so good for Blake for getting back on the board. Cole Perfetti picking up an assist as well. And then from there, it was just domination. The Jets were leading in shots by quite a bit, actually, and then Mark Scheifele would score to make it 2-0. However, it was pretty obviously offside. It would get challenged, and that goal would not count. And then pretty predictably, here come the Penguins, and Drew O'Connor blasts one by Dave Riddick, and it is a 1-1 hockey game when the Jets could have been up by 2. So it ends 1-1 heading into the second period, and from there, honestly, the Jets carried a lot of their play. They continued to play really well defensively. This was a big step up from the last couple games with Detroit and Buffalo, getting pucks out of their zone quickly and efficiently, not really allowing much through the middle. It was nice to see that that was back, and it paid off as the Jets dominated. They had a lot of ozone time, but it wouldn't be until 2:02 of the second period, 17 minutes and 58 seconds into it, Mark Scheifele scoring his 25th of the year. So he does get back that goal, and then very shortly after, 22 seconds later, it would be Nikolai Ehlers. He beats Tokarski. It was probably savable, but you know what? We'll take it. The Jets up 3-1 heading into the third, and that was really just a killer. Penguins had really no life, and you could not tell that the Jets were on a back-to-back, on the second half of a back-to-back at that, because they were flying out there today. They embarrassed Pittsburgh today. That was a pretty poor effort by the Penguins. I don't know what's going on with them, but if the Islanders win this weekend, then they will move into the 8th spot, and the Penguins will be out of a playoff spot for the time being. So that's very interesting for a team that was really banking on kind of going all in. 6:39 left in the third period. Mark Scheifele would score his second from a disgusting feed from Dylan DeMello, but it wouldn't have happened without Cole Perfetti, who dug that puck out of the skates of the defenseman, fired it over to DeMello. DeMello fires it over to Scheifele, his second. And yeah, DeMello would finish with 2 assists, Perfetti with 3. Really nice night from the Scheifele line. All 3 of those guys played great. Perfetti had his best game since returning. Even playing with the flu, he still came out through, and he played great. Good for Cole. And Blake Wheeler, of course, getting on the board as well. Dave Riddick wasn't too busy. He only had 23 shots against him. He stopped 22 of them. And that's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. The Winnipeg Jets defeat the Pittsburgh Penguins in Pittsburgh for the first time since 2019. That's quite a while ago, nearly 4 years in between those. So very nice to see that the Jets kind of get that monkey off their back. The Jets are known to be playing poorly against Pittsburgh, so obviously feels really good. 4-1 win in a game that I didn't expect to win, especially considering the last couple games and how those have gone. And of course, with it being the second half of a back-to-back, that does not help your case either. But the Jets made the Penguins look like the worst team by a landslide today. Very proud of this team, and I think that was overall one of their best games of the season. The funniest thing in this game that happened, I think, was when Jason Zucker tried to fight Brendan Dillon, and he kind of just tied up Dillon's hands, and I don't know, he got a couple punches in on Dillon there, and Dillon just kind of got free and tackled him, and then Zucker got up, started celebrating to the crowd and everything, trying to get the crowd pumped up. And like, I get you're trying to get your team back in the game, but then like 2 minutes later, Mark Scheifele goes and scores, and that building was dead silent. You could hear a pin drop in there, so that was really funny. And hey, Pittsburgh's a fun team to beat. They've been good for so long. I enjoyed this game tonight. The big old Shine and Star Award today is going to Cole Perfetti for having a 3-assist night. Really nice night from Cole. I think that was probably his best game for sure since returning, but maybe of the season so far. He's played very well, even with the flu, so good for Cole. And hey, let's keep it going, baby. He's 3rd in the league in rookie scoring right now. Would love to see him, get a little bit higher up that list, maybe to 2. I don't think he's going to beat out Matty Beniers. I think that he's pretty likely to win the Calder, if not locked up already. So yeah, good for Cole. We'll see what happens down the stretch. But with all that said, guys, that's enough from me. I'd love to hear what you guys thought about the game in the comments down below. Love to hear your guys' thoughts. As always, leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to stay up with all of my Winnipeg Jets content. I'm going to have a few kind of fun videos up in the next couple days, so definitely keep an eye out for those. Thanks so much, guys. Go Jets, go. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.